View Cinema cancels horror movie screenings over fear that a film is offensive.
What's the point of horror? I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yes. So I do recommend, guys, you go watch the trailer. It's for a Rob Savage movie called Dashcam. It's a Blumhouse film, which is a good sign. Blumhouse is very good in the horror genre. It's like a found...
What else?
It's a found footage. Blumhouse does like all the Halloween movies, and they're like Blumhouse is known for horror now.
Okay.
But the movie's like a found footage. It's like filmed on an iPhone, and it's like a COVID lockdown horror movie. So I'm gonna just says film.
We've been waiting for those.
So it says film. Well, no, because like one of the things that we were doing when COVID first happened was we were going and skating all the government buildings and buildings you can't normally get away with because they were all empty. So we were just like, I would be out skating in downtown St. Paul and it would just be empty, and it was almost eerie and creepy. So these, I imagine that really, really smart filmmakers would have taken. I mean, a lot of like drone footage. People who shot drone footage were getting footage right away of like all the cities that were just empty after that happened, right? So a really good filmmaker who maybe has an idea on hand could have used the concept.
So interesting. I actually drove cross country at the height of the pandemic, and it was creepy. I loved it because there was no one else on the road, but it was really creepy to drive in LA and have no traffic.
So it says film director Rob Savage has claimed that his new film Dashcam will not be shown at View Cinemas. That's a British theater. That's theater TRE, not TER.
Oh, fancy.
Yes. I spelled it the American way in the thumbnail, just to be mean. Because it was deemed too offensive. Check out the trailer below and make up your mind for yourself. I do recommend you guys go watch it. It is an expertly cut trailer for the type of work that they're doing. The sound design is really, really good on it. But what I want to say is that I think that this is viral marketing.
Yeah,
I do.
Look at this.
I believe that this is a very, very cleverly done marketing campaign for a small budget film.
Interesting.
So it says, Savage took to Twitter to share the news of the film's cancellation at View Cinemas. Is it View or View?
View.
Probably View.
View would be no E. Ahead of its intended theatrical release of Friday, June 3rd. The point to make there is that it's not just June 3rd in theaters, it's also coming out streaming then. So I think he wants to do it to bump streaming numbers. It says he shared this along with a screenshot of his conversation with a representative of the cinema company. The film marks the latest release from the director behind the 2020 horror film Host. I heard very, very good things about Host. I have not seen it. And follows a musician named Annie Hardy, who breaks quarantine in Los Angeles to go visit her bandmate, played by Amar Chadha Patel, in London. The trailer alone was enough to divide fans over its content, and the representative speaking with Savage explained that View had decided to cancel screenings after staff members had a viewing of the film. So it says, apparently View Cinemas has canceled our screenings of Dashcam because the movie is too offensive. If that doesn't make you want to watch the film, what will? That was my first clue.
Interesting
that it's
tweet.
Yes. And then he tweeted, have you got your tickets to the new movie banned by View Cinemas and rated 18 by the BBFC? Is that sort of like our FCC?
So I imagine that's their rating system. It says, thank you for your question in regards to Dashcam. I have received feedback from our staffing screen, and they have decided we won't be showing Dashcam at any of our venues due to the contents of the movie, which may offend our audiences. We at View believe in diversity, and any movie which may offend audiences, we may decide to no longer show at the last second without notice. I'm sorry, this is not the outcome you were looking for. Regards, Julie.
I think
it's a very cleverly done fake.
I don't think it's clever. They misspelled the word receive.
I mean, I don't know.
This is horribly written.
Do you think that they faked this screenshot?
I think so. Yes.
So
and I'm gonna say that now.
To, like,
I don't know. I'm really curious.
Well,
who's Julie? Like, we'd have to know who the hell Julie is.
Some company is saying something that they are not about.
Maybe he's in it with them.
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be in tandem with the company. Otherwise, they'd be like, we weren't gonna. They'd be like, we weren't gonna have your movie anyways. What are you talking about? He would have to know that there wasn't going to be a statement to the contrary. But also, I love the part about her. It says we believe in diversity, which has nothing to do with what they're talking about. It says we believe in diversity in any movie which may offend audiences, which makes no sense. We may decide to no longer show at the last second without notice. It just feels like weirdly phrased and advertising like. So I think it's very clever, especially with lower budget films. You have to get
vague.
with lower budget films, you have to get clever with how you market your products. So it says, in a message to the director, it says, they reached out to View Cinemas for further comment on the decision. Though the cancellation may somewhat hinder those curious to see the film, Savage used it as a way to promote the title, as he tweeted, apparently View Cinemas have canceled our screenings of Dashcam because the movie is too offensive. If that doesn't make you want to see it, I don't know what will. It says things take a dramatic turn for so they're going and they're talking more about the characters now. It says because I was looking for like what is so offensive about this movie. I could not find anything.
Yeah, let me see.
So it says things.
It's like trivializing lockdown measures or something.
That's interesting.
Do you want to pull up the comments on the YouTube trailer and tell me if you see? Because when I looked at the comments for like the two versions that I saw, all of them were more like the complaints were more about like the filming style because it's done with a phone. It's very
the whole thing.
It's very jerky and
gotcha.
like so it's very like it can make you sick if you're watching something like that.
Someone says, "I'm loving this trailer. This looks like a feature-length panic attack. This looks pretty good. Can't wait for demand at also theaters for June 3rd and noticed Rob, who directed Host movie. I watched it on Shudder, but they're making the title of the movie. I don't know what that is."
So it says things take a dramatic turn for Annie's character in the film when she decides to live stream her actions for online viewers. Gee, I wonder what that's like.
Right, that'd be weird.
I can't imagine for online viewers. But Savage made clear that he wasn't concerned about the content of the film during the interview with NME, explaining, "I think if any genre should skirt the boundaries of being offensive, it's horror." What is so offensive about it?
I don't see it. And here's what I do see. I see only less than 15,000 views on this trailer.
And there's more than one.
Okay.
And a couple of them have 30,000, a couple have 15,000.
It's
just
not that many.
It's clever marketing.
I think so too.
It says you likely. So this is an article that they wrote about it. It says Dashcam inside the year's craziest horror film. It says you likely won't see a more divisive horror film this year than Rob Savage's Dashcam. If the zeitgeist grabbing host recorded entirely on Zoom in 2020 during the first COVID-19 lockdown was best watched at a dark home. Dashboard is the exact opposite. So it's saying it's the opposite of that movie.
Right.
It cries out to be seen on Friday or Saturday night along with a packed and ready to be scared audience. A gloriously bonkers thrill ride. They use that quote in the advertising for the movie. Dashcam's unusual heroine is Annie, a foul-mouthed MAGA hat sporting anti-conformist and wind-up merchant. Okay, I didn't know that part. Sick of California's COVID regulations, she pitches up to the UK. How do you pitch up to the UK?
There's no way to do that. You can't get across the seas. People aren't going to let you go.
She pitches up to the UK to ostensibly visit her friend Stretch, but ends up inadvertently smack bang in the middle of a supernatural yarn involving an elderly woman named Angela. The lead is played by podcaster, freestyle rapper, and giant drag frontwoman Annie Hardy. I'm playing an alt-right version of myself. I didn't know any of this.
I'm not interesting.
I'm not as much of a dickhead myself.
This
she
is
reassures.
Like if clickbait were a movie.
Yes,
this is incredible.
It says during our Zoom chat with her director to discuss their gory frolic. What she is though is a whirlwind ball of energy who delivers a tour de force performance in bad taste satire. So I get it.
Perfect.
Like, I would think that it wouldn't offend UK audiences. Like, why would they? Like, I don't imagine them being as connected to that atmosphere as we
U.S.
are.
politics are still very relevant.
The Independent reports that View denies canceling every screening of the new horror film due to its, quote, offensive content.
Beautiful.
This is from 7 hours ago.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Beautiful. So
Sounds
just...
like,
so we're basically playing into their hands.
Yes.
it's so interesting, though. Like, I've never seen this done before.
That's a very clever thing to do.
Very clever.
Again, cancel culture, the product, is pretending that you got canceled.
Yep.
Right.
We've been like, it's now going to be, it's like, come watch our offensive thing that other people say is offensive.
I love it.
That it's too offensive, but it's not offensive, really.
Let's get back to transgressive content. Like,
Absolutely.
let's not just be safe and tame and uncancelable. Let's just do our own thing.
It says, if Dashcam offends you, maybe that's a good thing, says director Rob Savage. Like, it's just the most yawn-inducing... it says, the pandemic has been a miserable and traumatic time for so many of us, but it did give Savage the opportunity to establish himself as a maestro of chills and thrills. The fluff pieces aside, I think that this is kind of a weirdly successful class in how to market a low-budget film, because they're not going to give him the money to put ads on every trailer you see or at the movie theater. You're not going to see a bunch of Dashcam trailers playing at the movies if you go tonight, so they have to find other ways to do it, and that's kind of like what we've done for them here. And now, honestly, I kind of want to see it. I kind of do. I want to know what the Annie Hardy
so the
is like.
marketing's working.
Yes, it's working. So is this something you guys would be interested in seeing?
I mean, maybe. It sounds more like a horror comedy than anything actually scary.
Yep. So it reminded, okay, and then that was the other thing. It was reminding me of other such movies. Do you remember The Hunt got canceled?
That was a great one.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed that one.
But that one got pulled originally too.
Right, similar components with
yes.
the MAGA hats and everything.
Yep, and then also there was The Interview, the one that was like a North Korean. Remember that with
The Interview.
Yeah. Was that Seth Rogen? Yeah. So like in James Franco's canceled anyways. So cancel culture, the product. So there's like this is like I feel like they might have looked at a list of this of like movies that had been previously pulled for whatever reason and thought we can use a way of marketing this to make that work. So I don't know. I now I feel kind of like hoodwinked.
It is a little bit annoying when they're trying to pretend to be transgressive when there's literally nothing.
It's so corporate of them. It's classic corporate nonsense. Oh, we're going to pretend to be canceled. We're going to pretend they said we can't have our movie. But all the comments on all the trailers that I was able to see anyway were incredibly positive. People are very excited to see this movie.
The big thing we've been talking about lately is the idea that they're using the notion of you getting in trouble for something as a product now. It's something that they're going to advertise and market.
Care for that. That's going to be
the notion of your livelihood getting taken away.
We're gonna trivialize it.
Big old joke.
Yeah.
We're gonna trivialize it and make it have a way to market our low budget horror movie.
To be fair, maybe it will make it harder to cancel people. I don't know.
That would be
because you don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah,
so you can't listen to the mob.
Yeah,
that might be really smart. We just flood the market with this stuff rather than try to get rid of it. Just flood the market with it. So like a YouTuber
the only
made
way to defeat cancel culture is to cancel everyone.
That's right.
A YouTuber that I really like made that comment a while back. He goes, eventually everyone will have gone through this, and it'll just be something that like. Everyone will be like, oh, I remember when that happened to me in the year of 2022. And that will be the thing that bonds people eventually, that they'll have all gone through something like this. So was there a super chat in there? There was a couple.
There was. St. Miles said, finally got to watch Pop Culture Crisis live. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Miles. Or is it St. Miles? It's like Hannah Claire. I don't want to say
St. Miles.
St. Miles. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.